All right. Are you ready? So today's question, today's episode, today's topic is submitted by Monica.
Monica?
Monica. Pretty Monica. She's pretty. Okay. So her suggestion for the subject was feminine and masculine energy. And my first statement is, who are you to make a comment on feminine energy, sir?
My same feeling. Who am I to make a comment on it? It's not my expertise, so I can't make any comments on masculine and feminine energy. But I can say this, maybe this much I can say. The dynamic part of energy and the passive part of energy might be what they talk about masculine and feminine. That's about all I need to say about that.
Okay, guys, this is just a 1.5 minute episode today.
Thank you.
So she goes on to say, I feel like it has been such a buzz about that the last couple of years that on literally every platform, even to the point where I see people consulting others on how to activate their masculine energy, how to activate their feminine energy, and creating subcategories such as the light feminine, the dark feminine. Have you seen that online?
No.
But tapping into the feminine energy, tapping into the masculine energy.
I really don't have much to say about this. It looks like a fashion statement, but this much I can say. Maybe for Monica I can say. There is the power of surrender and there is the power of rising. There is the power of dynamism and there is the power of passivism. So feminine and masculine is the two aspect of the energy. And from the way I see it, women start passive, move to dynamic. Men start dynamic, move to passive. So it's a cycle. So even to categorize masculine and feminine, I kind of am against it. So I think there's too much mind to it. It's just natural. It's what you are.
But do you really think that there is even such a thing? Don't you think as like a society, we just like say that like these traits are masculine and these traits are feminine?
Yeah. I have seen some of the most masculine men being the most gentlest people, and I've seen some of the most gentlest women being the most dynamic and aggressive. I think it is okay as a fun fact to explore, to talk about, to fashionize these statements. But essentially, I think it's just a natural state of oneself, So,
like who we are really, like.
Yeah, to say.
You know what I mean?
How to bring it down to a formula. That is why we must start with the mystery of ourselves, that we are unique. We cannot be compared. We can have some references, but to compare, to categorize, I think what people are trying to do is trying to solve a mystery that should remain a mystery. What should remain, what we explore, live out. They want to solve it, bring it to our mind, control it, rape it. I was born male. So I guess my predisposition, my basic reaction is very masculine.
I was born female. Yeah. I was raised as a girl.
What else?
You know what I mean? But if we were born in this world, boys, everybody is raised without any of that. Like, we don't get a baby girl and dress her in pink. Right. We don't do all of this. If we just say we raise people exactly the same, I don't even know if this conversation would exist. Because they talk a lot about like genetic predispositions. I'm sure that's true.
No, but I want to ask, why are we talking about it? Why are we bringing mind to something that is naturally happening? Why are we trying to control something that is natural? Why? Why are we putting our mind into it? Why can't we just wake up and just be? It all starts by I can pretend. It all starts by me saying I can manipulate. I am what I am. If somebody asks me, how does it feel to be masculine? So how the hell would I know? This is all I know. How does it feel to be a female? That's all you know. And maybe being a masculine, meeting your mother, meeting a feminine, maybe something happens, but too much mind, too much. idea, the base behind the mind is they want to control, and there is somebody trying to dictate to everybody. The other day, there was some conversation about the happening in Gaza and happening in Palestine. And I was seeing the person's reaction as though they are controlling everybody's reaction. I said, who the hell are you to control anybody's reaction?
What do you mean?
Everybody has,
What do you mean?
like they were against, that we are against the bombing. And I said, why are you even imposing an idea on how I should react? It is my freedom to react. So there are people who want to control, and that is their game plan, They become the authority. Who's masculine? Who's feminine? Who is this? Who is that? Too much mind. This is somebody dictating how everybody should be. I think it is nothing wrong exploring it, but I think we should be able to be rested in the unknown too. We should be able to be rested in the mystery too. We should be rested in exploring too. Isn't it? Like they want to figure everything out. And there are things you cannot figure out. And the more you figure it out, the more you might be corrupting it. You might have to wait for it to reveal itself to you. Right? Like if you ask me about masculine, I like being dynamic. I like being responsive. I'm not the non-responsive person. But I see the so-called feminine energy. It is very accepting. It's very passive. It's very accommodating. Maybe I should learn from that. So my insight about this kind of topic is too much mind. Somebody's trying to control you. You're trying to fit into somebody's idea. You be natural. As you discover you, and through that you realize something. It's all good. This is too much mind. And whenever a mind is imposed, somebody is telling you how you should be, they are mutating you. They're changing your base. They are making you not trust in your natural process. Right? So I don't want to get into that conversation. I'm not an authority. I am discovering. What is being a feminine? I'm discovering.
But I think also the reason why, right, this is such a big conversation these days is that, like, now there are so many more accepted expressions of gender that people, like, I think, feel the need to defend their expression of, like, traditional gender roles. Because you see now there's so much more, like, trans people, non-binary people, and, like, I think it's great. Like, they're exploring their gender in...
Do you think it didn't exist before?
Yeah, but at least it's like they're freer to do so now, to a certain
We are
degree.
just more honest.
Yeah.
So what is happening now is we are more honest. And in order to be honest, you must be innocent. You must allow what is there to show up. After thousands of years, we finally are being honest. You think in those days there were no gay people, there were no trans people? They all were there. How can they not be there? Only thing now we are honest. And being honest, stop there. Don't make a mind out of it. That's the mind that restricted us in the first place before. We thought we know how a male should be, how a female should be, how a human should be. I'm afraid we might be doing it again. Let us explore, find out, let it show up. Let us be acceptance to it. I don't want to define it because you are still a mystery. Anybody says they know, they're lying. It's not something possible to know. The range is so vast, so much. It doesn't mean I'm saying be ignorant. I'm saying explore, talk, go into it, figure it out. But don't go into it in such a way you want to be the authority and want to dominate it. That's what happened in the past. They thought they knew how a male should be, how a female should be. They thought a male should never wear a dress, a female should not wear a man's clothes, and that's how life is. And people became authority and burned people on stake by that. Right now, they are having conversation. I'm all for the conversation. But again, don't go back to that authority system. Let us bow and see what reveals. Let us go with it. Let us cope with it. Nobody can be an authority because you yourself don't know you. You know what I mean? I always say, don't bring mind to it. Just let it unfold. You don't need a label.
Yeah. It's like even there's this trend, right, going around on TikTok now that this one woman was like, I'm not a feminist. I can actually cook. And then all these women are like, I'm a feminist. Watch me cook. And they like are like fighting wars and flying planes and all of that. But it's just like how we like we've come like we it because people are more honest, right? It's like two ends of the spectrum. On one end, you see that like all these like alphabet people, this like colorful, various expressions of gender and sexuality. But on the other side, there are people who are trying to retain the traditional ways we perform gender and all of that. But in that honesty, why does that honesty threaten the tradition?
Because you can't live with both. Why can't you live with contradiction? Why can't you live with this view and this view? Why can't you live with it?
Why can't it be? I'm not trans. I don't ever think I will become like I will realize I'm trans. I think, but I'm more than happy for people to be trans. Like
No, there is this unifying mind, we want to solve it using the mind. Why can't we live with every contradiction on earth? Why can't we be one person is like this, one person is like that? Why is it a problem? Why it has to be uniform?
yeah, why does the idea? Why do because like
No,
is
it's a
it-
question of control, Somebody wants to say this is how life should be.
yeah, and it's like it literally boils down to like what's in between your legs. You know what I mean? Like based on that, you need to be this way and you need to be that way. But like
No, it's not
you know
what you
what I
said.
mean?
But I'm telling you, it is everywhere else. Somebody wants to be an authority to rule you with their idea. Reject. Nobody is an author of human. Humanity is. Let time pass, it will reveal itself. It is like controlling, it's trying to manipulate, it's trying to bring an idea, it's trying to make somebody complex. Do you know all we are, including my hair, the way I cut, was determined by somebody?
Yeah.
So you must rebel against it. We should live with every contradiction possible. You believe in this, I believe in this. You feel that's the way, this is. It should not be a war, it should be a right. It is almost somebody has this idea, if we can reduce everything to a single law, single understanding, everything will be peaceful. No, peace is when it's in pieces. I don't go into pieces. Let it be scattered. Let it have every avenue, every different expression. We embrace all of it without contradicting each other. It doesn't mean I believe in something. It translates I disbelieve in you. If I believe in something, it translates you have a right to believe in what you believe in.
Yeah.
And you can see the seed of war in this.
Yeah, but why does my belief, if it's unwavering to myself, what does it have to do with you?
No, most people don't believe. They want to attack somebody else's belief. They believe the only way to believe is to attack somebody else's belief that is contradicting their belief. That's all there is. Nobody believes. Again, it's a beautiful topic. Can I live in a life where there is ample amount of contradiction? And I can make peace with it. I'm this way in the morning, I'm this way in the evening. I'm like this. Some days I like to do this, some day I don't like to do this. This person believe in this, I don't believe in this. Can I accept with deep respect that this world belongs to everyone? It should not be reduced to a singular. It should have the diversification. If you ever go to the rainforest, you want to see the diversification in a rainforest, it's crazy. The different, but it needs that for the rainforest to be complete. There's some lives at night, there's some lives in the daytime, some lives in the evening, some comes on to hunt at this time. Every possible contradiction, but they are complementary. Again, now I'm asking you, are you trying to comply to a single idea so that you feel like if I comply to that idea, I'll be peaceful? Did somebody sell you that? Are we trying to uniform the world and we feel like if we uniform the world, everything will be peaceful?
I think that's what's been happening for so long, right? But I think recently, probably in the last 10 years, people are sort of fighting back on that notion. if you look in society now, you see like, you just see diversity in a way you've never seen before.
But the nature of the word society is an agreed
Yeah.
truth, and the society itself is ill when it wants to force a singular idea. By right, a society must be a place that can hold multitude of idea, multitude of contradiction, people finding their own ways to live. That is why I really don't want to go into the feminine or masculine. I'm not an expert in that subject, but again, it feels like we need to find an answer. We need to find a uniform. Why a woman cannot be masculine? Of course she can. She can be aggressive. She can. But she's a woman who's being aggressive. Or like those days, martial art only male learned, female didn't learn. Now female can kick your butt. Does that make her a male? Not really. It's still a female kicking your butt, and some guys might like it. And there are some guys who are doing, I don't know, decorations or something. And they say, oh, that's, I don't know, there's something feminine. And they said, why can't a guy do? Again, the point, I think we are coming to the topic for today. No one should author humanity. No one mind should dominate. We have been fighting to put one mind over the entire of humanity, and that is the seed of our hell, our war. Like, let's say religious belief. You believe what you believe, I believe what you believe. But is you believing in what you believe is to disbelieve me? For you to believe in what you believe, the only way to believe is to disbelieve in what I believe and to destroy it, then you don't believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So it's in some sense leave people alone. Too many authority.
Way too many.
Like Monica, she's a girl, at least from what I know. And
But you know what the term is? Cisgendered woman.
What?
Cis, C-I-S, cisgendered.
What does
Like
that
you
mean?
are cisgendered. You identify as the gender you were born with.
Right. Oh.
That's
See,
what.
this is complicating me. To me, she's a very nice girl, a very pretty girl, young girl. And I'm like, wow, that is a way. And there's some will be different. Who am I or who is anyone to say anything about it and to put a mind? There are people out there who's telling people how sex should be, how sexy it should be. Whether that person who's saying it is sexy, I don't know. This is a kind of bullying. I think what we need is respect. Respect means I cannot reduce something to my mind, I cannot dismiss it to a thought. Can you look at you with respect, which means you are not reducing you are allowing yourself the freedom to observe what is here. As a mystery as you are, to whatever it will take you to. Because all of this is going to lead to somebody committing suicide, They said, I'm not masculine enough, I'm not feminine enough.
It has led to so much suicide and self-harm.
Then you must address that. My view is leave people alone. Let them discover. Sometimes people think they need to be guided. No, they probably don't need to be guided. They need to be left alone to find out. Let you be a surprise. Nobody is an author of human. Nobody. Nobody. See, there's a Hindu god, that I've commissioned somebody to make that statue in 2 metal, supposed to be. We're trying to make the biggest in the world. Something like that. It's called Ardhanarishwar. Ardhanarishwar is half male, half female. It's a Hindu Shiva. Half him and half is his wife, female. We're trying to build one of the biggest with 2 metal. Let's see what happens. And I told him, hey, make that statue. Is that gay? Is that transsexual? No. You know what it means? That we both have that, both swing. The surrender part and the dynamic part. Combination of these two is what makes you. And that much we know. We have both. We have the time. Even the most masculine man is passive. We also know the most passive woman can be quite dynamic. And I'm saying we shouldn't conclude this. We should bow to it and see how it reveals within ourselves, isn't it?
I think it's like such a tool of control to like separate people, like to if you never get to explore your masculine side, or you never get to explore your feminine side as a man or a woman, how are you gonna like be connected and be like whole? Almost, they like want you to be half.
Right. And for that, you must have the freedom to find out.
Like what are they called again, the people in India who are trans? It's on the
Tirunangai.
no, there's another name for them. The trans community, they're like protected, they have like a name.
Aliyah.
No. And but do you know what it is? It's on the tip of my tongue.
They actually consider them very sacred.
And they consider them like holy because
Yeah.
it's like the
Which probably they are. They are. Because they seem to be able to flow on both sides. I seem to be stuck on one side, and the female are stuck on one side.
yeah.
And probably the whole idea is to be able to be Ardhanarishwar, to be able to embrace both. But now I'm saying this, but please don't make a mind out of this and force people.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Let somebody wake up to it, and maybe we learn something from people. Now, can I state this point? Could it be most of our misery is somebody is imposing their mind on us on how we should be, and whenever we buy into that, we start pretending, adjusting, suffocating ourselves. Could that be our hell? If only we are left alone, we might discover. Could the idea been placed onto us? Like right now, almost everybody must be interested in success. What happened if you're not? I was not. I was interested in making a living, paying my bills, but I was never interested in success. So what do I do with somebody like me? Because somebody wants you to be successful, so you will make money for them. It is not even in the interest of you. I'm asking this, Abshia.
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest thing I and your mother provided for you all, you can discover who you are and live you as you. Maybe that's the only thing we are trying to offer. Hold you.
Hijra.
Huh?
Hijra.
Hijra. Oh, Hijra.
That's what it was.
It's a North Indian word.
Third gender.
Yeah. No, it's like this. No, what we have provided for you, and I think that's what I provide for everybody who works with Appa, I hold you in a space you can discover you. You can find out who you are for yourself. I think that's the greatest gift, not imposing an idea and forcing you to comply to that idea. We hold you in freedom. Go ahead, darling, find out. Which a lot of time when we were growing up, that was not there. I remember not doing well in school. I was not interested. Oh my God, at one point, I think I thought about killing myself and I didn't do well in my exam. But I just could be somebody who's just not interested, which I was not. Then when I was interested, I don't think many people studied as much as I did. But at that time, I was not interested. But the world doesn't let me out. So you must understand, there is an idea being imposed onto you by the people who need employees and the people who need customers. You are nothing but a customer and an employee. And all the values are for that. Even these people who are talking about, I hope they are scientists, they are researchers. If not, they are simply speaking something to make more of themselves, to have control over the other person. Don't you dare tell me you understand what it feels to be another person. How dare you can know what it feels to be another human being. It takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, like for Monica, maybe my reply, darling, you're a beautiful girl. Trust you. Trust your gender. Grow, darling. You don't even have to be able to label it. You don't have to comply.
Yeah, because there's a lot of this, like, tap into your feminine energy, tap into the dark feminine.
These
light
are the
feminine.
idiotic self-help gurus out there who need to find an angle by exploiting you. That's all that is out there. They say words, sometimes I say, how did you make that statement? What is your study? What is your background? How much did you explore this? They simply say whatever that sticks. And then in years to find out what a creep they are. This is what happens. You must know out there, now since there's social media, everybody wants to have something to say. I'm saying leave people alone. That person is a mystery to themselves. That person is a mystery to themselves. Let them live their mystery. And even if their mystery is revealed, it's only revealed about them. It's not revealed about humanity.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes, like if you take like sexual, somebody is gay, straight, bisexual, whatever. I said, I don't care.
It's
Why you
none of
even
your business anyway.
no? Why you even have to label it?
Yeah.
If somebody asks, "What are you?" Straight so far. How the hell do I know? I'm too old anyway. But so far
You're never
straight.
too old.
Yeah, never know. What is it? Jenner.
Oh, yeah,
I might,
Caitlyn
I
Jenner.
might sit here with a dress.
I hate Caitlyn Jenner.
I am still haven't recovered. Again, Apshi, maybe, Anba, what we are offering is a space for you to discover you uninterrupted by anybody. That you are not subjugated to somebody's idea. Do you know the Romans did? Everybody did in the past. The Mongols did, the Russians did. Everybody imposed an idea. And they use everything, they use religion, they use morality to conform people for their interests. I have one rule: leave people alone, let them discover. Maybe he's a bit more softer type. He's the strong but soft type. Or he's the strong, whatever, I don't care. It is his truth, not the truth of the masses. I think nowadays we are in a climate, we are a mental people more than an actual people. Yesterday I heard, somebody was saying very beautifully, said, we are a biological being, not a mental being, which is very true. We are pure biological, more biological than mental. I think it is a kind of a bullying, kind of a superiority. Now the West determines everything. Really? Really? There was, just saw something, a statue of Shiva, they found, they dated 28,000 years ago in metal. 28,000 years ago is the dating. That means 28,000 years ago, they understood the concept of Shiva. No. This is a kind of a mental genocide. Do you know a lot of people out there who want to make themselves right, exert their thought and impose their definition, which is based on a prejudice of liking and dislike, which supports their ego as the truth. They impose an idea on human being based on their prejudice, which supports their ego, as though it is the truth of all, and ask everybody to comply. I don't know. I love it. I'm discovering. As how, if I know somebody, I might have a peek into their truth. So can I say this? Maybe this is the Zen session, No mind. Leave it alone. It doesn't mean I don't think, I don't explore. I'm not saying that. I'm not against even this. They want to talk about whatever. Go ahead. In my world, you can exist too. But I want to ask you, in your world, can I exist? Somebody can come and completely disagree in my belief.
Are you even saying, like, if we try to sit and pick apart the rhetoric around gender, why is there even a rhetoric around someone's personal expression?
Yeah. Why? Why is it your business?
Why is it so political?
No, it's power-based. It is controlling. No, but I go into this question today. Are you free? You gain your freedom. Be free of all this. Have the courage to observe you for you. I have a statement I've made from young, I will not apologize for being me. I will not apologize for how I find me. This is how I found me. What do you want me to do? I will correct it, I'll take responsibility, but I'll not apologize. And I think why you are asking this question is, you are being bullied, forced to comply, you are being tortured, as though they are powerful people you must comply to. They are as an idiot as you are. They don't know too. So maybe the real topic today is, do you have the freedom to really be in touch with what is here, or there is too much mind? Like you look in the mirror, can you look at you without them imposing ideas. I looked in the mirror when I was a kid and I saw a dark boy. I did not know I was dark until I was educated and compared. If not, I am just how I look. So can I look at me as me without all this mind running around? I have to gain that freedom for me to actually look at what is here for me. And for that, you need courage. You need to be able to drop all this noise and then be innocent with what is here. You are what you are. You are what you are. My argument is there are so many people who want to be powerful based on their idea, and their idea is a kind of a genocide activity, Their idea is to attack every other idea, to make their idea the only truth. And by that, it's a kind of an ethnic cleansing to make that truth the only truth. I want to live in a world that is daytime, nighttime, and also dawn and dusk, and also eclipse, and also confusion, and also rain, and also storm, and also beautiful days. I want to live in this kaleidoscope without having to choose one over the other. Maybe what I'm speaking about is the freedom. Maybe what you're asking is freedom. What Monica is asking is freedom. Now, your freedom is yours. Don't give it away. There are men who have some problem with their masculinity, will want women to be super feminine. Then in that comparison, they feel like a man.
Yeah, lah, I can be super feminine if you buy me a house, you pay for my kids, you buy me a car, you pay for
A
everything.
handbag every month in your case. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, because he can't. He has some problem with his own state of male. He needs the woman to be super feminine for them to feel secure.
To take care of the small ego, lah.
And the way around, don't buy into all this.
It's always the men who can't provide all the things in order for women to be like that demand that from women.
Now they want women to have a job, to earn money, and maybe my point. My point. I don't know whether we're making a point in this podcast.
I don't know if we've ever made a point in this podcast.
But that's okay. And maybe that's the point.
That is the point.
Do you have the freedom to look at you for you without all these ideas? Can I look in the mirror and look at me for me, not compare with everything everybody have said? How I should be, how I should look, how I should behave. And I'm saying all these people who are telling this to you have their interests at heart, not you at their heart. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't trust their motivation. They want to sell an idea. Like how they destroyed the word meditation, spirituality, how they destroyed it. Because some fellow thought the way he is doing it is how everybody should do it.
That's just the issue overall in literally everything. Like people just think that what they're doing is right for everybody, but maybe it's just right for you.
And might not even be, but they want to make it right for everybody so they can accept it. You understand? Like the person who doesn't believe in all religion wants to convince everybody else their religion is wrong. If you really believe in your religion, you won't bother.
Yeah.
Unless they think they really want to save my soul.
They don't.
Now, you must have some space where there is some sanity, where you can sit and be. And what you need, what family, what children needs, is somebody to hold them, say, go ahead, discover. Not I tell you who you are safe to discover. Maybe that's what we did with you. We created an environment, hopefully, that you are allowed to discover you for you to the best of ability. And I've watched this with a lot of people around me. Whenever that is given, they always surprise you, they come out beautiful. They even start a podcast and interview their dad, Anba, do you know that? I don't know this girl, right? It's like dive with some fellow and then
some grumples,
and then some grumples, and then they come and torture you every week. Okay, Monica, I don't know whether I helped you. But I'm cheering you on, darling. I am not judging you. I am with you in you discovering you. And don't you dare get anybody to bully you for who you are. Rock it, girl. Is that
Oh,
how you say it?
oh,
That's how?
Slay Queen.
Okay. Are we done?
We're done.
Bye.